What's up, everybody? Thanks for clicking this video. Thanks for tuning into my channel. My name is Simon Hill, Black American from Louisiana, coming to you live from Budapest, Hungary. And I'm here with my beautiful wife. Say hi, boo.
Hi everyone, I'm AKDI and I'm from Turkey, and today we're reviewing Bodied.
Yes, the 2017 the 2017 battle rap comedy drama film that was a YouTube original. And this was an interesting film that I thought would be good to review after Lost Souls. Somebody left a comment saying that we should review like more hip hop movies, like under Lost Souls. So I was like, okay, let me just try to find one that I feel like fits into the mold, and I'm glad we landed on this one. So we watched it last night, and I can say I thoroughly enjoyed it. How did you feel?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was definitely like there was a lot of comedy, but there was also like a lot of art in it as well, and it was definitely like it felt authentic, but yeah, like it's not like the best rap movie ever, but it was still really good.
All right, now what makes you say like it's not the best rap movie ever?
Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've seen better rap movies, like
Okay.
8 Mile.
You feel like 8 Mile is a better film than this one?
Yes, I mean
Okay.
it's a classic. I don't know. I feel like it's a better. It's like more, authentic, and this one has like a bit of that comedy in it.
Okay, but I feel like 8 Mile is very inauthentic in a certain way. Is it a classic film? Yes, but I think a lot of the classicness around 8 Mile deals with the time that it was released. Eminem was at his artistic and commercial peak. It was one of the biggest stages battle rap this subculture of hip hop had ever been on. And I feel like 8 Mile has a special place in hip hop cinema history. But as time has gone on, there's so much criticism that can be layered on top of 8 Mile that sort of makes it like not as meaningful as it was when it was first released, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can see like it being more cheesy as time goes by, but I don't know. It's my favorite.
Okay, all right.
That
So
that's I can't say Bodied is better than 8 Mile.
no, Bodied is definitely way better than 8 Mile because all right, one of the things about this film, right? So this film is about the battle rap community, but a lot of people think of battle rap and think it's just 8 Mile, which is where people used to freestyle over beats, dissing opponents. And that was like the first generation of battle rap. And those battles used to be judged. They used to have big competitions like the Hip Hop Olympics and many different rap battle leagues that would pop up all over the nation. But since that time came and went, there's a new generation of battle rappers that rap a cappella. There are no judges in the battles. And most importantly, the battles are pre-written. The person writes their bars ahead of time. So it's not an off the top freestyle. And I feel like that is more of the current trend and the most prevailing trend of this type of hip hop. And I feel like this film does an excellent representation of that aspect of the art form. Any comments on that?
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't know it.
I mean, you
And
would notice from the very beginning that the people aren't rapping over beats. And 8 Mile,
yeah,
every single freestyle was over a beat.
yeah. For me, I would say that like rapping over a beat and then rapping it freestyle in the moment is better, but I also can appreciate the art that they're doing today. It's not like I'm not saying like the ones that they are showing in Bodied, for example, are bad. But I just think I feel like it takes more skill to catch up with like the beat of the song and also coming up with lines while you're there rather than, citing it like poetry and plus also writing it beforehand.
See, guys, this is what makes our movie reviews different, fun, and interesting because my wife comes from a totally different cultural background and perspective, and therefore she can't really appreciate the true technique of having an a cappella pre-written rap. because on one hand, I hear what you're saying that yeah, it takes more talent to freestyle off the top to a beat, but when you're freestyling to the beat, you're not allowing the crowd to breathe. You're not able to expand your bars. You're not able to twist your words in certain ways or allow yourself to be completely audible. And that's one of the beauties of having those acapella freestyle raps. People can hear every bar. You can stop and let the crowd react. You can and bring in props and incorporate different elements to your battles other than if you have a beat, which you have to stay on it to continue to attack your opponent.
Yeah, but it feels like a roasting session if there's no beat, to be honest. And like the beat and going in that speed is part of like rap, no?
I get what you're saying too, but I think this also highlights right now because what we're having now is that classic man versus woman debate about, I don't get why guys are so into sports. I mean, why do you have to chase after a ball? This
No,
is
I
that.
love battle rap and I love the like watching it. I'm not like the biggest fan obviously cuz I didn't come from that culture, right? But every time I see it, I can appreciate battle rap in any form. I'm just saying for me old school battle rap sounds more like appealing.
Wow. I love battle. Okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying,
Okay,
but
make
it's just,
fun of me.
I'm not,
Okay.
it's just very funny. We're going into this movie review about battle rap and it's like at the very beginning we have to argue exactly on what type of battle rap is actually better. So we're already starting off on a very strange foot here. I think, I think this is an art form, by the way, that is heavily male dominated. The fan base is heavily male dominated. A lot of the influences for modern battle rap come from professional wrestlers shit talking each other. So there's so much that goes into this that that makes it feel like a very bro club. And I feel like this film is a window into a very bro type culture, which is what it is when you break it down. Yes, there are female battle rappers and female battle rap fans, but this is like one of those weird genres where essentially it's like men yelling at each other and we get really hard off on it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that definitely.
It's a very aggressive artistic sport.
Actually, it's not aggressive because it's like one of the support sports that women and men can compete together.
That's true.
Like it aggressive in terms of like yeah, they tell each other bad things, but there's no physical aggression
Okay.
most of the time. I mean, you know,
Okay.
with some
Okay.
exceptions.
Okay, okay. Well, I gotta say that I've been a big battle rap fan, for a long time, like during the golden age of like the Smack era, King of the Dot era, Grind Time TV era. So many like battle rappers influenced me when I was making art, and I even did a little bit of battle rapping myself, which you can find on my YouTube channel of me battling a few weird white boys in Florida. But yeah, so many of the actual real professional big name battle rappers show up in this film. We have Big T, we got Daylight, we got Loaded Lux, Hollow the Dawn, No Can Do, Iron Solomon shows up, and then also the league owners. We got Smack in here, we got Norbs in here. Like so many people showed up and showed out in this film to really bring it to life, which makes it, I feel like, more authentic than 8 Mile, which just had Anthony Mackie as the main villain. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like the only real rapper in that film was Eminem and Proof, who was the DJ, right? So no, Proof wasn't even in it. They had, what was his name? Oh my God, they didn't even have Proof in 8 Mile. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, uh, what did you think about like how many, like that the actual battle rappers were in the film?
I didn't know they were actual battle rappers because I don't know any of them. But like learning that they were real battle rappers, it shows like it was good. Obviously, it made it more authentic, and it shows like how really talented those people are because they can, you know, act on top of being able to battle rap and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also think the production value of this film elevated it too. The acting was good from all of the battle rappers, which I should not be not surprised about, because a lot of battle rapping is acting. You are putting on a type of monologual performance, a soliloquy, if you will, to the crowd. And so that is very old school, traditional Shakespearean in a way. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised Loaded Lux was able to command attention time on screen. I'm not surprised that, Dumbfounded was able to be one of the main supporting characters in this film. So yeah, it makes sense that, that the acting here was great. And also, they spent about $15 million on a battle rap film. Low key, this could have been like a low budget film, and I think the story would have still been compelling, but they spent a check on it to make it look good. Uh, any comments on that?
Yeah, like I guess most of the money went to like just getting those people, because I don't see why it would take more money to, shoot in the locations that they shot and stuff like that, because they're just basically like shooting in basements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing like crazy, um, stage decor or anything like that, but they did have some nice effects, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
It could definitely been made like with a lower budget, but it's nice that those people got paid.
Definitely got paid. I'm surprised Murder Mook didn't show up in this thing. But then again, I'm not surprised that Murder Mook didn't show up in this thing, because he was probably asking, yo, I need $40 million to show up in battle. I can't even be in the same room with Hollow Duck and me. You just gotta pay me $400 billion. That's a joke. That's a joke for all the battle rap fans out there. But,
It,
but yeah, it's a very good movie, I would say. It was written by a Canadian white battle rapper named Kid Twist, directed by a Korean American director named Joseph Kahn, and the main bankroller for this film is Eminem, right? So
yeah.
I think that influences how this story is told, because while I love this film, I also hate this film or dislike a large chunk of it, because it's told from the perspective of the white male, who is entering this strange new cultural world, which is really no different than the 8 Mile story or so many other stories where white men are centered in a culture not of their own, but then succeed and reach the highest levels, right? Similar to like Last Samurai with Tom Cruise or something like that. But what did you think about like the background of who put together this story and, everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know like Eminem produced it until the credits started rolling. So for me, like, I saw Eminem's name as a producer, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because yeah, like you said, there was that like white gaze throughout the movie that you could feel it, and I did wish, like, like, I'm sure black people were involved in the making of the movie, in the background of it and stuff like that, but I just wish they were in more prominent places, because it is like a black sport
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, and a lot of the battle rappers are black, etc., etc. So yeah, but I'm sure like there was somewhat of a brainstorm, but obviously when it comes to making like those big decisions
Mm-hmm.
about certain parts of the movie, the director and the producer plays the last role. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like for this film, because the writer is a white battle rapper from Canada, he comes from a very specific lineage of the new generation of battle rappers who are okay, so in battle rap there's like two main big leagues, or there used to be, from my recollection, because battle rap has sort of lost popularity and steam. It goes up and down in waves. Like I feel like every 5 years, battle rap becomes extremely popular and then it goes down. It's sort of like synchronous with Bitcoin. Whenever Bitcoin is high, battle rap is low. And whenever Bitcoin is low, battle rap is high. I don't know. But it goes in waves. And in battle rap, there's like two main big trends. You have the black battle rappers in usually Smack, URL, and that lane in that league. And they're doing mostly like gun bars, street talk, and very aggressive, in your face, sort of threatening rhymes. And then you have the King of the Dot, which was a Canadian league, or probably still is a Canadian league. I don't even know if they're still up, but it's mostly those backpacker, nerdy white boys, and also a few black battle rappers as well in there, who are doing mostly intricate lyrical miracle bars and making fun of your mother and, saying they're gonna do horrific things to your children, stuff like that, right? And so being a white Canadian battle rapper from that era and also that, area, right? He's gonna be approaching battle rap and telling the story of battle rap from that sort of perspective. And that really influences the main character of this film, Adam, and how Adam sort of navigates and sees battle rap. It's less about, how witty you can be, but also how racially insensitive you can be while touching the line of still being culturally appropriate. That's how I look at it. You get what I'm saying? What do you think?
Yes, I think there were times in the movie I felt like the movie is trying to be very PC,
Mm-hmm.
but it then also kind of failed because it felt disingenuous at times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying like the director or the writer is like a racist or anything like that, but it's just like their gaze. So it does leave you, some of the scenes leave you questioning what was the purpose of, for example, portraying one of the characters like this? Or
Mm-hmm.
what was the purpose of like making this black character say this?
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, you're like questioning if it was authentic or like, what was the motive or reason behind it. And that's it.
Right.
And I can see like, someone like that, like a Canadian white battle star, like doing the whole thing.
Right, right. I just feel like, I the King of the Dots and the grind times and, that sort of era of battle rap and that particular vein, backpacky, nerdy, weird white boy, real hip hop, underground rap, like that was important to the genre. That was important to battle rap, but it's not like that's not the predominance, right? Like when we think about the battle rap stars, we're not thinking about Lush One. We're not thinking about, we're not even thinking about Conceited, low key. And somebody's going to hate me for that once they listen. Like when we think about the real battle rappers, we're thinking the Mooks, we're thinking Tay-Rocks, we're thinking Sue Surf, we're thinking Hollow. You feel me? Like we're not talking about, the guy who said, I'll rape your mother and then take your brother. And you get what I'm saying? Like Disaster, by the way, Disaster is in this film and he kills it low key. Disaster is like the only one from that grind time King of the Dot sphere that seemed to really like break out and has his name solidified amongst like the real hardcore, like what battle rap is group, if that makes sense. And so like, once again, it's so frustrating because 8 Mile and Bodied are like the two biggest films that tell this story about battle rap. And it's like, it's once again told from the perspective of the weird, nerdy, underground backpack white boy instead of, you know, the majority of the field. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't know these battle rappers, so I'm not gonna be able to comment on that part. But I get the idea of like the sport being dominated mostly by like black people, and that's what you think of when you think of the legends. And yet again, like a movie that could make battle rap be popular again is told by the white boy.
Yeah. It's so crazy. It's like this is like an example of us living under white supremacy. Like imagine if in an alternate universe, the story of, I don't know, crocheting was told from the perspective in movies of two big burly black men. Professional crocheting has always been dominated by Tyrones and Demetriuses.
Wow.
The granny representation was never there on screen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I can see how it would be annoying,
Hmm.
you know, to constantly see the same thing.
Yeah.
And also, like, not having a lot of, content about battle rap in Hollywood, etc.
Right.
When there's only like a couple of them and them not being representing like people like you
Yeah.
who are like the stones of, battle rap basically.
Right. But one of the good things, I guess, about battle rap not being popular as it should be is that, it still remains underground and it's not, diluted by the mainstream society. Because one of the things that's interesting about this film is that it talks about what's appropriate to say in society, right? And this is something that I feel like a lot of people in hip hop don't acknowledge is important to our culture. Hip hop is that one genre where you can say anything. You can say anything and not get canceled. And that's the beauty of our art form, right? And, it's almost like unappreciated in a certain way how we are able to express ourselves so freely in hip hop. White people, black people, anybody, right? Because it's understood that what you're doing is meant to be artistic and it's not meant to be offensive, even though the point of the activity is to be as offensive as possible. So because it's not overly glorified and overly successful, it still allows it to maintain its edge. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I agree. Like this year, we had Kendrick and Drake, two of the biggest stars in hip hop, like fight using this art form, basically like just dissing each other and getting too personal, like just saying the craziest stuff about each other,
Hmm.
and yeah, them being appreciated like that. But I do understand, like, yeah, battle rap is very underground because, like, as a person who's not American but listens to like rap and hip hop, I like battle rap every time I see it, but when I look at like those old battle rap videos or shows and things like that, it's hard for me to understand. I either don't understand what they're saying or I don't understand the meaning because there are like no subtitles and stuff like that.
Welcome to the White Wife Club, guys.
Stop. But I'm also like not an English native speaker. So sometimes I can't catch what they're saying. And especially like the older ones when they're over a beat, actually.
Okay, but you said you liked the ones that were over a
Yeah,
beat.
I do. I take the challenge.
Okay. Okay, all right. I'm gonna put you on a few battles, some real historic, monumental battles for you to really
Okay.
understand
You gotta
how.
explain though.
Okay, but I can't break down every single bar.
No, not every single bar, just like the best ones.
Okay, all right. But anyway, let's run through this story real quick. I'm gonna be reading the plot summary from Wikipedia, and then we're gonna break down each paragraph and talk about the scene. So, the story is about this guy. His name is Adam Merkin. He's played by the actor Caleb Worthy, who's also from Canada. And Adam is a white graduate student at Berkeley University in San Francisco. And he is writing a thesis on the use of the word nigga in battle rap. To research, he attends a rap battle between rappers Extract, who is played by Big T. Big T is the first guy, Extract, legendary battle rapper. Shout out to Big T as well. And he's also going against another rapper named Ben Grimm, who's played by an actor named Jackie Long. But I gotta give a shout out to Jackie Long. I remember seeing him in the movie ATL many, many, many years ago. And bruh, Jackie Long is an excellent, excellent actor, especially as a battle rapper. Like, if he ever wants to quit acting and just be a battle rapper, he's got the mannerisms down, the cadence down, the voice, everything. He's dope. But anyway, so Adam is watching Extract and Ben Grimm battle, and Adam brings his girlfriend Maya along. Maya is offended by the sexism she perceives in the bars used in the battle. Adam attempts to interview Grimm and is made fun of for his rhetoric. In the parking lot outside the event, Grimm is called out by young white battle rapper Billy Pistols. And Billy Pistols is the battle rapper. He is a real battle rapper, by the way. Man, I forgot his name. That's Sharon. Yeah, that's Sharon right there. Sharon is a legendary battle rapper, by the way. It's funny that he got to be whack in the film because Sharon is actually very dope. So yeah, Billy Pistols, challenges Ben Grimm to a battle, but Adam steps in and delivers a freestyle verse accusing Pistols of cultural appropriation. Impressed, Grimm agrees to speak with Adam further. So, what did you think about those opening scenes?
When I first saw like the first opening scene where we saw the battle rap, but then there were instances where Adam was explaining Maya, his girlfriend, what the lyrics mean. I felt like that was me.
Yeah, definitely. That would be me explaining like any battle. Like, what's? Yes, definitely. Go
What's a
ahead.
thing? And
What's the
Adam is like,
thing?
it's a gun.
What's it mean? He has the tool with him. Does he carry a screwdriver?
Wow. I mean, I understand the tool and the thing, but yeah, there are a lot of times where I like the part I don't get is like those old references to other songs and artists, or
Hmm.
maybe like some nerdy shit like Star Wars references and stuff.
Hmm.
Like in this first battle rap, they were referencing the Incredible Five or something like that, like some cartoon.
The Fantastic
The
Four.
Fantastic Four. See, I don't know it. Anyway, yeah, so that was like, at that point, Maya was relatable, but I didn't understand why she was getting like so academic towards it and saying like it's sexist and stuff, because I listen to rap too, and there is a lot of sexism or sexist lyrics, but I don't mind it because you gotta take it with that, because like I cannot imagine like rap or hip hop without that part of it, because
Hmm.
it could be used to appreciate a woman even if like the guy is saying a slang word, and it could also be like a sort of like a revenge song, like a love heartbreak song basically,
Hmm.
but they're just calling it like the girl a bitch or something like that. But yeah, and I liked how Adam was approaching rap, I guess, or battle rap in this part, because he was like doing a thesis about it almost, right? So I was like, oh, okay, maybe this will be interesting. Like, maybe we will get down to the roots of like rap or battle rap. It would be like the scientific explanation, some recognition for how great of a poetry rap is. That's what I thought was going to happen. And then I was a bit confused when he started rapping at the end.
Hmm.
What did
Okay.
you think?
All right, thank you. So, yeah, I think at that point, at the beginning of the film, I liked how the battle was actually real. Like that battle between Ben Grimm and T Top is like exactly what you would see if you turned on YouTube and started watching some URL, or if you went to an actual battle event. Like that's the energy that's there, and that's the delivery and cadence. So off rip, it's like automatically authentic. And I thought it was interesting that Adam was gonna be this character who was like an academic in this story, like you said, because like that's never been done in a hip hop film, or it's not done usually, at least from my recollection, right? Like the story of somebody trying to understand this in a scientific way, right? And
Yeah.
that's what I think is cool, because I think there's not enough academic respect put on hip hop. Of course, they teach some classes and some professors have written some books, but putting that to the masses, right? Having the story be about an academic is also cool, in my opinion. But I understand Ben Grimm having like this weird distance with Adam, because Adam is writing about the use of the N word, right? And it's kind of strange because Ben is like, you're a white boy who's very interested about the N word, really just wants to say the N word. So go ahead and say it to some degree. So there's like this weird difference, this barrier between Ben and Adam, because Ben doesn't want to trust Adam because he lives under the system of white supremacy and knows how white supremacists work, or how even people that think they're the good types of white people can still, negatively portray our people whenever they write stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, it was a very like disturbing topic, I guess.
Hmm.
Not disturbing, but just like weird. when you tell it like to a, black man who's a battle rapper.
Yeah. I also thought it was interesting that in the battle between Adam and Billy Pistols in the parking lot, like Adam, the way he's able to kill Billy Pistols is by calling him out as a cultural appropriator. He says, you probably wish you had a darker skin tone. Something like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, he hit Adam's way of cementing himself is sort of like the perverse way black people in certain spaces cement themselves by calling out other people who don't fit into the mold of the dominant society. Because in battle rap, it's the alternate world, and in hip hop in general, it's the alternate of the outside world where black men are in charge, right? And so then white people then have to act accordingly to fit into the dominant society, like we do every day outside in every other field of activity. So black people, to say that we are actually worthy of life and respect, we tell other black people in front of the white supremacists, those ghetto black people aren't like us. They need to be more like you guys, right? And so that's what Adam does in this case. He's like saying, you don't fit in here. You don't belong. I belong with the black people, but you don't. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I get it. It's just like, I don't know. It didn't feel like that believable, but I was kind of rooting for Adam still.
hmm I got you. And what did you think about that conversation in the car between Adam and Maya when she is like, telling him, you shouldn't be appropriating black culture, or, battle rap is something just for them. It's not for us. You get what I'm saying? What did you think of that?
The thing is, like, I don't think any art form belongs to one specific, like, race, but I do think, like, I do feel weird when, white people rap. It does make me feel weird to see, like, Adam on the, stage like that, for example. And, I do, like, second question him more than I would, like, a black person. Because
Okay,
there
so,
is that, like, uncontrollable stereotype in my head, and I'm aware of it.
hmm so if it makes you weird to see white people rap, does it make you feel weird to see black people sing arabesque?
Not because of the Arab culture, no.
Or does it make you feel weird to see black people speak Turkish?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Because even though I know there are Afro Turks in Turkey, like 99% of Turkey is, Turkish or white, not Turkish, but more like Middle Eastern or, white looking. But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
All right.
Oh yeah, like we were talking about the conversation in the car. I wasn't understand, like I didn't understand what he was rooting for, Adam, because he said like, rap battle is poetry, and all these other people, poets from like Canada is getting like a, Swedish Poets Award, while rap battle is like happening every day and all of them like deserve an award or something like that. Right. But at the same time, he admitted that, rap battlers or rappers make the most money and they are the shining stars of today. So I didn't know if he was like resenting rappers or if he was like supporting them.
No, I definitely think Adam was supportive of hip hop and battle rap culture because he saw that this is, high levels of literary art. They're using metaphors, similes, alliteration, personification, whole, schemes of things that they're using with the English language to, bend the world and bend reality. So I think he was, acknowledging the beauty of the art form and saying that, because we live under this white supremacist system where the awards and the accolades and what's considered real poetry is left to, the guys in Canada who write something for a journal that gets only 50 people to read it. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, like I know he was supporting the art form, but it also felt like he would like he was a bit jealous, no, like
Mhm.
because he was basically saying I would rather be a battle rapper than a journalist who writes poems that only 100 people read.
Yeah, I think I don't think it was jealousy. I think it was just pure excitement and curiosity to be a part of this world that possibly he was very far removed from. Not jealousy, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay.
All right,
I
so
mean, yeah, maybe not jealousy, but admiration. Yeah, I don't know.
all right, so moving on, Adam's father, Professor Merkin, is a best-selling author and professor at Berkeley. When Adam runs the idea of his thesis by his father, he is mocked again. Adam accepts an offer by battle promoter Donnie Narco for a battle for newcomers against Korean rapper Prospect, played by Dumbfounded. Legendary battle rapper. Hardcore. It's so crazy, like, seeing these people on screen. Like, when I grew up watching them, like, in 2007, 2008, like on YouTube. Like, it's so crazy. But at the battle, Adam attempts to perform joke lines, but does not get the reaction he hoped for. He falls back on Asian jokes, winning over the crowd and taking the battle. Adam also meets Che Corleone, Divine Right, and Megaton, who is known for his aggressive persona. So Che Corleone is played by a actor. Divine Right is played by an actor. But Megaton is played by Disaster, a legendary Lebanese American battle rapper who is an absolute beast. And one of the funny things that we saw when we were watching the credits for this film is that one of the last lines rolling in the credits is that Megaton's raps by Disaster were written by Disaster. And I thought that was the greatest ending credit, like Easter egg you could ever see. Cause dog, he tears it up in this film. Disaster is a beast playing Megaton. Man, anyway, what did you think about those scenes with Adam and his father and, you know, him getting his first battle, meeting Shay Corleone, Divine Right, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, Adam and his father, there was obviously like some power dynamic issue there. Like his father was this famous writer, but he also did like some research and thesis about rap music and literature and poetry in that type of way. So he acted like Adam was sort of copying him. And I don't know, I felt bad for Adam in that scene. And there was also like a scene before he got invited to the battle rap where he went to his dad's dinner, like the student dinner. And yeah, he was sitting down with his friend group, and his girlfriend basically said like, oh, he went like on, we went to a battle rap, place, and Adam like even battle rapped. And yeah, they were like getting excited about it, and they were saying like, do me, like roast me and battle rap me. And then like the conversation there I thought was interesting because they were basically having like a conversation about cultural appropriation, racism, being PC and all of that, where you don't have to really worry about like you said, all of those things in battle rap. And I like that scene where Adam is thinking like lines in his head that are not PC at all towards like all of these people who are sitting in front of him, and he just looked like he didn't belong with them, even though he looked like in his appearance he looked like them. But what did you think about that scene?
Yeah, so that dinner table scene when Adam is sitting down with Maya, some Asian girl, and two gay guys, right? I want us to notice, like, in that film, conversations like that, where they're debating the ethics of what the people are saying, are never had by the battle rappers, right? Maybe you could say there's a scene later where Divine Right and Prospect are talking about, yeah, I get the Asian jokes, yeah, I get the woman jokes, blah, blah, blah. But there's never this overly heady, sentimental discussion about, is this appropriate to say? You get what I'm saying? So I think this film is cool because it does allow those conversations to exist. But the problem is that after that dinner table scene when they're debating, like, are black rappers reinforcing their own negative stereotypes by talking about guns? Or do black people have agency and autonomy and enough wherewithal to understand that they're doing a parody of themselves for the white supremacist audience, right? Like, besides that, that could have been it. But throughout the film, it seems to be constantly hammering home at us. And that's when it becomes annoying. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't even think like every black person has the same answer to those questions either.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of like, I don't know. I think it's beneficial to think about other races and cultures and what they might go through.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's that beneficial to come to conclusions and say everything is racist or not everything is not racist.
Right. The thing is, it's sort of that conversation at the dinner table between, Adam and his friends. It's sort of reflective about how academia does talk about black art in general, because there were no black people in the room, right?
Hmm.
The Asian girl said she was a person of color, and then the gay white guy said, Asians are more like off-white. That was pretty funny, right? But like, there were no battle rappers in the room to speak up for themselves. Just like how whenever these people have negative conversations about hip hop this or debate the ethics and morals of black art, right? There are no black artists in the room to defend themselves or explain themselves. So it was very representative of how, we are discussed in society.
Yeah. Mm.
And,
Yeah, that was very interesting.
yeah. And, one of the, other things I gotta say is like, the way Adam gets that phone call saying, "Hey, yo, what's up, Adam? It's your boy. I'm gonna tell you, you got a battle, you heard me?" Like, that was so real. Cause like when I was battle rapping in Florida for like a few months, that's exactly how it goes. And there's a funny scene when like Adam is like writing his research paper and he's like eating beef jerky and he gets that call, but also his girlfriend Maya breaks into the house and he has to hide the beef jerky and he's like trying to talk to the promoter at the same time he's trying to, plan the thing. You get what I'm saying? It was,
Yeah.
it was interesting.
And he's like going through in his mind like which lines he can use. And he's
Yeah.
basically like looking up his Instagram, like the other battle rappers' Instagram and Facebook
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's
That
so
was
real.
funny.
Yeah, it was so funny and so real because that's exactly how it is. Like this movie is very true to form. And yeah, moving on in the story. So Adam tries to stay with Grim, who besides being a battle rapper is secretly a video game designer with a wife and child with cystic fibrosis. Grim maintains his privacy because he does not want people to use personal insults against him and as such never uses personal insults himself. Grim offers Adam to stay at his house, but his wife accuses Adam of appropriating black culture and refuses to let him stay. All right. So, yeah. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I skipped a paragraph. I skipped ahead in the story. Sorry. I knew we jumped too far ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, my bad. Going backwards. So, at a vegan restaurant, Adam attempts to convince Maya that it is okay for him to keep battling, but insults both her and a waitress in rhyme, angering her and getting himself ejected from the restaurant. Maya later leaves Adam after his rapper friends offend her. After an event where Adam, Shay, Divine, and Grim all win their battles, they attend a house party hosted by Megaton, where Shay has sex with Megaton's girlfriend, porn star Bella Backwoods. Enraged, Megaton challenges Shay to an eventual battle. All right, any comments on that scene?
Um, I mean, I guess like Maya's character here, right? I I know she's an annoying character in the movie, right? I wasn't that disturbed by her because she was mostly an asshole towards Adam and not other people that much. But she was judgy,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of like judgy in a way like I'm academic and
Mm-hmm.
like I am not racist, I'm not sexist, and I'm not homophobic, and like I have all the knots of isms. And yeah, he was like that type of person. But I don't know, like I didn't think she was a bad character necessarily. Like she was just a bit uptight.
I feel like that's not fair from you because we've been watching so many films with one-dimensionally bad male leads, like Mister in Color Purple, to some degree. The second Color Purple, not the original, or like the husband from Divorce in the Black, or Earl from Waitress in the musical, right? But when we have Maya, who is one-dimensionally bad, you're like, no, no, she's not that bad. I feel like you're being
She's she's not she what bad thing she did other than like being mean to Adam?
She is that's a big thing, right? Okay, she's constantly mean to Adam, as you admit. She's constantly condescending in her tone, and she's always like, basically condescending to everything that she just doesn't understand, right? She feels like she's a know-it-all. She knows better than everybody around her.
Okay, like yes, I said that I admit she was annoying, but she's not necessarily a bad person. Like she doesn't beat up anyone, she doesn't kill anyone. You know, she just like she wants Adam to be a certain way, and Adam is not that, and Adam lies to her. So she has a right to be mad.
I get what you're saying, but Adam is he has to lie to her because whenever he mentions battle rap, she just goes off, right?
Yeah, and that's the part where she's annoying because
Right.
she doesn't try to understand.
I think that also highlights something bigger in this film that we're going to talk about. Since I already read it, fuck it. Women don't like battle rap, but battle rappers get pussy, which is true because after Adam has his first battle, right, there's like this girl that comes up to him and is like hitting on him, grabs his dick and stuff like that. Shay Corleone is always trying to smash something and holler at something and he ends up getting pussy. But women themselves don't like battle rap, like Maya, like like Ben Grimm's wife, like AKDI to some degree, right? Women don't like battle rap.
How
Why
are
is
you
that?
not like battle rap? I never said I didn't like battle rap throughout this review.
But anyway, so I think,
What?
why do you think that the women in this film don't like battle rap?
I mean, I think Maya is just like too far away from the culture and she has white woman fragility. And then when it comes to Ben's wife, right? I don't think she hates battle rap, but she is just like on a different like lane when it comes to like she's a mom and she has to like protect her daughter. She has to also take care of her husband. And I don't think she hates battle rap, but I just
Mhm.
think she's like, maybe find it like condescending a little bit. I don't know.
I think, the Maya doesn't like it because it's offensive to women. It makes her clutch her pearls. It goes against everything she ever read Maya Angelou or Bell Hooks or Toni Morrison say, right? And then at the other time, Ben's wife doesn't like it because, it's probably, there's this class divide amongst black people because once again, we exist in different dominant societies when you're in this subculture of battle rap and then when you're out there in the real world. And amongst black people, right, when we're operating outside in the real world, we have to be the exceptional Negroes. We can't be the ghetto blacks. We can't be the stereotypes that you see on TV. And so she probably doesn't like it to some degree because, she's trying to live this middle class, successful, soft black housewife life, right? And, her husband being a battle rapper sort of is like bringing them culturally downward from where they're trying to move. Does that make sense?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, she could see it as like a racial stereotype. Yes, but I also think like she's just busy with a lot of harsh things in her life as well.
Hmm.
And just like because it didn't necessarily feel like she hated battle rap, but it's just like it felt more like she doesn't have time to be consumed with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But picking up on the story, like when Adam gets that call to go with Ben Grimm and Divine Wright and Shay to like some battle rap event in Los Angeles, that brought me back to like when I was battle rapping, because I took those trips too with me and a bunch of car full of battle rappers, smoking weed, talking shit, listening to music, toting straps, all that sort of stuff. I was hella sick. I love that. I love that. And this film once again is like very true to form and authentic, because like when Shay, Divine Rights, Adam, and Ben all travel to LA, like they end up staying in like this crappy hotel, like with roaches everywhere. And then they go to the event and it's hosted by Andy Milonakis, internet legend, by the way, internet fucking legend, straight up. And, yeah, it's like Ben tells him like, yeah, anytime some kid gets a trust fund or like an annuity or life insurance, right, he wants to spend it on battle rap, and he spends the most on the performers and not investing in the sound system, or actual good opponents for the battle rappers. And, yeah, what did you think about those battles between Divine Right, Shay, Ben, and Adam? Like there was a guy trying to marry Divine. There was, this little nerdy kid that went against Megaton and got destroyed. What did you think about those scenes?
Yeah, I thought they were hilarious. Like, there was also the racist guy
Pat Stay,
and
rest in peace.
who?
Pat Stay. Pat
Mm,
Stay was the actor. He got killed last year in Canada.
rest in peace. But, yeah, like, I thought it was very funny, and also, like, it, even though I don't know the actual scene of battle rap, I've never been to a battle rap before in my life. It did give you like, okay, being in battle rap is not always glamorous. It's randomly glamorous, and it doesn't really have that same effect without like the audience, the appropriate audience, I guess. Because yeah, like or it's not even good without a good, talented, like, versus, artist.
You mean opponents?
Yeah, yeah, sorry. But yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, and yeah, those battles were dope. Once again, Megaton killed it. I really like that part where he grabs the skinny white boy and says, "You little rape victim," and then takes his glasses and breaks them, and he says, "You can live your life. You can live your dream of seeing everything in fractions." God damn, he straight up killed him. Monster is how they played them, and I really like how after the battle, right? There was this scene when Adam was sitting with Loaded Lux and Hollow the Don, and they're talking about the film 8 Mile, right? And Ben Grimm has to apologize for Adam because Adam says, yeah, 8 Mile is a great film. And then I think, yeah, Loaded and Hollow are saying like, nah, like in 8 Mile, like B Rabbit got destroyed by one of the guys who was rapping, and then also he killed himself at the end of the film, like with his own bars. Like I really like how in this film, once again, they shit on 8 Mile because it's definitely worth it and deserved it because it's overhyped. It is definitely the most overhyped hip hop film of all time. And I like that Eminem was ballsy enough to allow that sort of, slander to go into the script. Yeah, any comments on any of that before we move on?
No, I just think like, yeah, there was a couple of other mentions of 8 Mile too. Like not just in that scene, I would say, but definitely like, or Eminem, not 8 Mile. So yeah, I do think it's also ballsy, but I think it also like, even though it can be critiqued a lot, it is definitely like one of those milestones in hip hop movies, I would say.
Right, right. So there's this scene later where they go to where Prospect works, right? The Korean guy, and they see that he works there, chopping up sushi, and they're all making fun of him for having a job and working in a stereotypical job and all that sort of stuff. And then they get kicked out by the old man who owns the place, and he does like a karate kick to like Shay Corleone's face. And Prospect gets mad because he's like, "Oh, you fulfilled the stereotype. You brought Asians back 50 years." And then he runs out and chases after his battle rap friends. What did you think of that scene?
I thought the scene was definitely very funny. Like how they were roasting Prospect, and then sort of like at the end, Adam said something too bad, and he like made a historical political reference, and it just sounded like extremely racist. And then yeah, like everyone was like, "Whoa, like why did you have to take it there?"
Hmm.
And yeah, that was funny.
Right.
Like all the roasting that was happening there, and also how like the owner just turned out to be a karate kid, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, I thought that scene was funny. It's very true. Like in battle rap, like if you know where somebody works, it's like kind of off limits to not go there. So like when they show up, Ben Grimm tells Shay Corleone, "Oh man, you wrong for this." You get what I'm saying? Because you don't want to separate. You don't want to join together people's separate lives from their battle rap lives, and that becomes true later when we find out that Ben Grimm has a private life he doesn't want anybody to know about. So,
Mm,
yeah, that was cool.
yeah.
And what
Ben
did,
Grimm,
go ahead.
sorry. I just have to make this joke. Ben Grimm was like Hannah Montana in this movie. Like he was living the best of the both worlds. Sorry, this is the white girl humor.
Yes, of course, of
Sorry.
course, of course.
Sorry for the
this,
joke.
this is my payback for doing Waitress the musical, like the whitest film of all time. Like, this is the thanks I get. Shay Corleone sleeps with Megaton's girl, right? And Megaton comes in with all of his goons, with all of their guns, and he thinks, he says like, "You disrespected me as a man, so I'm gonna disrespect you as a man in the ring." And so then he kicks everybody out and he threatens to battle Shay Corleone and stuff like that. And yeah, he as they're leaving, as Divine Rights, Ben Grimm, and Adam are leaving the house, Adam confronts Megaton and says, "Wait, your way of handling somebody sleeping with your girl is to battle him in a rap battle? Like, all of you are so fake. This is so fake. This is not real. Like, are you serious?" And then, Ben Grimm has to pull him out of the house because Adam just can't believe that somebody would handle this serious situation that way. What did you think about that confrontation?
Yeah, there I was annoyed at Adam because why wouldn't it be like a good way to handle the situation? Because like first of all, Megaton, this is like sort of like his whole career, right? It doesn't seem like he has a second life like Ben Grimm, or at least they don't tell us about it. And second of all, Adam thought that rapping and rap battle was like poetry, was like art. And I just thought it was silly. Like, why would he think that it was stupid and sort of like childish? What did you think?
Well, because I think, a lot of people would say a man sleeping with another man's girl, that's a big violation. And most men would handle that physically, right? So there's a lot I got to say about this. So I might go on a mini rant, but I'll try to keep it short. First and foremost, one of the things that people applauded hip hop for when it was created is that it allowed young black youth in the ghetto to handle, disputes like peacefully or artistically, or give kids an outlet to do things other than be, outside dealing drugs or getting into trouble, right? So it was kind of interesting that Adam, possibly didn't know that part of hip hop history, that hip hop in its truest sense is a way for people to get rid of their anger, their issues in a productive way, right? So it shows the divorce Adam has from the culture. And now secondly, my theory is more related to the film of Megaton's motives. Megaton possibly told his girl to sleep with Shay Corleone because he wanted to get his girl into the battle rap world. And so he was like, "Okay, you're a porn star. You fuck anybody. Let's do this. You have sex with this guy. I get mad about it. We go and take it to the ring, and it's going to be a big showcase. I'm going to kill him in the battle. You'll kill him in the battle later, and we're going to be able to be, megastars." That's my theory on why he did that, right? Because it
Mm.
was kind of strange for like, the way Megaton acted, but I think that goes to the kayfabe effect. Do you know what kayfabe is?
No.
Kayfabe is in wrestling when people know that it's fake, but you separate the fakeness, you turn off your brain for a bit. So I think that's what he was trying to do. You know, he was trying to like blur the lines between reality and fiction for the sake of the show. Because the reason Megaton was like the biggest rapper in this game is because he separated, he blurred those lines so well. Does that make sense?
Mm. Yeah. I mean, I think I can definitely see like your second theory,
Mm-hmm.
like him wanting to bring his girlfriend into the scene. That
Mm-hmm.
might definitely be true. But I was just also thinking like, yeah, he might be like looking very tough and he might even have guns, but it's America. Everybody has guns. And, yeah, it doesn't mean like he's just gonna kill a person because, you know, he slept with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was like more of like a show,
Right.
you know, like an upfront that he was putting to protect his image. And actually, like what he respected was battle rap itself. And
Not,
it is in the name, it is a battle still with words.
right.
So why would it be like not efficient enough, you know, to settle a deal?
Right, right. I think, you know, it might be jarring for people to watch that scene where Megaton says, you're going to leave this house and I'm going to battle you later, to get my honor back for you sleeping with my girl, right? But people forget that he's Arab and that the Arabs are known for writing long, extensive poetry about fuck all. So he's just living up to his lineage. And secondly, also in the film, at the beginning of the story, which we should have spoken about, right? There's a battle that happens where we meet Megaton right after Ben Grimm battles. Megaton battles some guy and he rocks his chin, like he socks him, right? And, that's a big plot point, like, because Megaton is like this big monster who's feared by everybody. And that's actually based on reality because Disaster, in a few battles, has rocked some people on the chin, which I thought was just wow. Like I'm glad this film brought that element to hip hop culture, but they should have also brought Math Hoffa. They should have also brought a few other battle rappers who then caught a few jaws out there. You feel me?
Mm.
Serious Jones.
I mean, maybe
No, wait,
they
Matt.
didn't have enough money to bring everyone.
Yeah, but if they're gonna really talk about the punching in battle rap, like let's get the heavy hitters out here. Math Hoffa, Disaster. Who else caught a few hands?
Wow, that's kind of foul. Like, that's not cool.
But that's the thing, right? Because in hip hop, like what we'll see at the end of this movie, right? The Ja Rule has this quote, like, or Jay-Z said it. I forgot if it was Ja Rule or Jay-Z. He said, to make a nigga stop breathing is nothing. You make a nigga die breathing, then he's saying something. Then you saying something. You get what I'm saying? Have you heard that line before?
No.
To kill a nigga is nothing. To make a nigga die breathing, you really saying something. You get what I'm saying? So,
Oh, like kill him in a battle.
right. Well, if you're able to create the social death, right?
Yeah.
I read about this in that book that you recommended, Hood, right? And in
Hmm.
that book, they talked about the social death of people. And in the final chapter, she talks about Trayvon Martin and how Trayvon Martin was dead before he was already physically dead. He had a social death because he was wearing the hood. He was considered not worthy of living, right? And in battle rap, the whole point is to try to reach the ultimate social death for somebody by exposing them, by humiliating them, by outclassing them in the art form. And I feel like that's what Megaton was going for, right? He was like, I'm gonna achieve greatness by teetering on the edge of my own social death, but taking it to a whole nother level by bouncing back from that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That absolutely makes sense. That's what I thought he wanted to do, like destroy the other guy, like socially
Hmm.
in the scene of battle rap.
Right, right. Which would have been a greater feat, right? Would have been
Yeah.
a greater way to go out. But yeah, continuing on. So yeah, basically, when they leave the house, you know, Adam is like driving in the car with Ben Grimm, and Adam is saying like, "Oh Ben, can you believe this guy? He's he's pussy. This is all so fake. It's not real, right?" And then Ben Grimm is like, "Pull over, get me out of the car," right? And Ben Grimm gets out and he throws up, and then he nervously starts smoking a cigarette. And then Adam is like, "Why are you acting this way?" And he's like, "Don't you know battle rap is more than just words? It's a street fight." right? Which I didn't like that word. It's not street fight. It's more like, I don't know, it's something else. A better word could have been used. And then Adam is like, I mean, these guys aren't real. You're real, Ben. And Ben is like, what you think I am? You think I am what I rap? I don't need, some white boy automatically telling me what he thinks of me because I already know what you think of me, right? Playing on the double consciousness aspect of this. And then that's when Ben Grimm reveals he's a video game designer. He has a family and he also, lives in a pretty nice apartment. And then that's when Adam goes to his house, meets his wife, sees his daughter with cystic fibrosis, and, gets kicked out of the house because his wife is like totally against Adam's whole existence. Any comments on those things?
Yeah, I thought those two scenes were very interesting, but I guess more so like the house scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it to me, like, also when, Ben had that sort of panic attack and was talking to Adam, I felt like they formed a friendship, but friendship was like not mutually understood
Mm-hmm.
from each like party. I feel like Adam was just again in his own world and how he sees like rap battling and black people even, and he was still like getting that high of battle rapping, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben, on the other hand, he's been doing this for years, and he was sort of like letting Adam see his real self and try to make him realize certain things. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Adam got the hang of it there.
Right. Right.
And I just felt like that, emotional distance between them, but it was also a forming of a friendship as well.
Yeah, emotional and cultural distance too. Because like when Ben Grimm is invites Adam to his house and he reveals that his real name is Osiris, right? Ben says, I can hear the stupid shit you're thinking. Like you get what I'm saying? Like there's like so like Ben understands already a lot of the stereotypes that exist in Adam's head, even if he is trying to be the best white ally he can be, right? And
Yeah.
Adam, because he really is just an outsider entering into this black dominated world for a brief amount of time, still doesn't understand that other people understand what he could never understand, if that makes sense. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. And I
So,
I
yeah,
have
go
to
ahead.
say I felt like Ben was giving Adam too much slack. Like
Hmm.
he was just like, yeah, I understand like he's, becoming friends with him and everything, but like to have him as protege of
Hmm.
Ben Grimm, like I don't know. I felt like that was just too much too soon. And yeah, it just made me uncomfortable
Yeah,
how easy he trusted Adam.
a
Just
little
because
bit.
he's like a nerdy white dude.
I think Ben has that perspective because he was probably surrounded by nerdy white dudes all the time. So there is that code switching he can do with interacting with the guy like Adam, you know?
Yeah, but he didn't code switch with Adam.
I mean, code switching doesn't automatically mean changing your language. Like Kanye never code switches. Kanye goes into a meeting and says, I don't give a fuck, my guy. Like, we're going to do this, huh? You get what I'm saying? With Adidas. But he is still able to close multi-million dollar deals with the whitest people you know because he can look a white man in the eyes. There's a lot of black people that do not know how to look white people in the eyes and express themselves fearlessly. And that's code switching to some degree. Cause to match the big cock energy of a white man, you gotta have big black dick energy. And that's what Kanye has. That's what Ben Grimm has. That's what a lot of successful black men have that don't necessarily language code switch, if that makes sense. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay. I get it. I get it. I mean, I try to get it.
Okay. It might sound like I'm talking crazy, but it's absolutely like, I think it's possible to code switch without actually changing your language patterns, right? Like
Okay.
all the black men who are professional athletes, they're not code switching. All the black men that are, successful business entrepreneurs in certain sectors, they don't necessarily have to code switch. It's not necessarily about talking white. It's just about saying the
Yeah.
right things.
I mean, then like you don't code switch either. You speak the same when you talk normally and with your students. but you do code switch.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Code switching, for example, in my opinion, is like I'm talking the same way, but I'm not saying exactly everything that I'm feeling. I go into class, I'm not here talking and ranting and raving about the system of white supremacy or Donald Trump or injustices that are happening around the world, right? Because code switching is also about, you know, making yourself palatable to the dominant society.
And also, like, explaining things the way they would understand.
Also, just flatly saying things they want to hear. Because white people cannot stand being uncomfortable. So you just have to say whatever would placate them.
Yeah, but I mean, talking about that, what did you think about the conversation between like Adam and Ben's wife?
I just felt
And
like she was just being a bitch. Low-key.
why?
She was being overly, like, I feel like they just made her a sassy black character, but woke. I feel like she was just a woke black woman just going off on Adam. Uh, just I feel like she didn't want to actually hear him out or felt like he was just appropriating. Um, you know, I feel like she didn't give him a chance, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it felt like she was tired from life a little bit because she's dealing with like her daughter's illness,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then also she has to deal with like this double life that her husband lives. And
Mm-hmm.
I think she's just like tired of that bullshit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it did feel like she had some rights, and then she was somewhat also like an asshole as well.
Yeah.
Because I understood that like where she was coming from was that like I'm in my own house with my own family. I don't want to explain like stuff to a white person,
Yeah.
basically. So I got that, but once again, like we were talking about this last night after we finished this movie, it does feel like some of the, white perspective in the movie feels questionable because we said like, um, you know, we're not really sure like if she was put in that sort of character, to express like the wokeness, or was she just like a angry black mom, angry
Yeah, I felt
black
like her
woman.
character came across as angry black mom. And
Yeah.
it's once again, this film hammers home that same conversation that happened at the dinner table with Adam and his friends at the beginning, all throughout the film. And once again, the biggest issue is that not all battle raps are interracial battle raps. It's not a white guy versus a black guy or an Asian guy versus a black woman making racist, sexist jokes about each other. That pops up, but the majority of battle rap, the lyrical content of it is not just race jokes. Because if that were the case, the art form wouldn't have survived. It would have quickly devolved. It's race jokes are like the level 2 of battle rap, of the 20 level of themes that it can go to, right? So, this film only scratches the surface of really what this art form is about, but it hammers it home that makes it seem like that's all it's about. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like race jokes does feel like fat jokes, and with like your mama jokes, like it's there in the same category.
Mm-hmm.
And they sort of made, Adam's style of rapping like around race a
Yeah.
little bit, but then also around like just personal stuff.
Right. So, continuing on in the story, Adam is contacted by another promoter offering him the chance to battle Grimm for $5,000 at the same event as Megaton and Shay's battle. However, Adam turns it down, stating the battle rap has ruined his life. Maya then uses an online video of Adam's battle with Prospect as supporting material for her own thesis, turning the student body of Berkeley against him. His father also disowns him, and the dean of the school suspends his scholarship. Left with no other choice, Adam calls the promoter and accepts the battle. What did you think about those scenes?
Okay, I just realized something, and tell me if I'm like way out of line. So I think in that scene where Adam is in the park bench basically because he doesn't have anywhere to sleep because Maya broke up with him, and yeah. So he's sleeping like in the park bench, and he's talking to this the rap battle producer, and also like Maya at the same time. And I feel like being a white dude and being with a girl like Maya, he felt the pressure of being like PC, being not racist, being not offensive. But then at the same time, he was a battle rapper, and those things were not really going together in his mind because he couldn't separate those two lives. And so like with the pressure of, being PC all the time, but then also being savage all the time as a battle rapper, I felt like he just had an explosion there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he was like struggling so much with keeping up, like as a battle rapper, but then also as like this PC white dude,
Yeah.
basically in the world. And when his ex-girlfriend revealed like him battle rapping, and other people saw it, his two worlds collided and they didn't match. So he
Yeah.
had like this whole sort of emotional explosion.
Right, right. It's interesting because I feel like the PC world, the academia world, the polite society Adam fit into, they're they're like the extreme they're the extreme politically correct left. Right? The PC world and the language police world. This film is good at criticizing the liberalism of the left and the hypocrisy of the left when it comes to freedom of press and expression without it coming across like this is like some conservative hit piece on academia silencing everybody and wokeness taking over, right? You could easily interpret it that way, but I feel like it's done from the lens of protecting black art and black expression. Cause like the dean of the school, played by Deborah Wilson, there's a funny scene when Adam is sitting down with his father and his father is basically like, I have to disown you. And the dean is like sitting there on the couch, like, and she confronts Adam and it turns into a rap battle in and of itself. I like that. But she is coming across like, we have to stamp out this sort of like rhetoric, right? Because on one hand, this sort of rhetoric does lead to negative consequences for minorities. Adam might think it's cool and funny to make jokes about Asian people or black people or whatever, right? But then black people and Asian people have to deal with the consequences of a dominant society that thinks their lives are a joke. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. And I was gonna say, like, also adding to what you said, was like what he felt in that moment, or in like that night and day. Maybe he was feeling what's it like to be Ben for a second.
Mm,
Do you think so? Because like Ben also has to be like a different person when he's with his family and he's at work as a video
mm,
game designer. But
mm,
then he's someone else as a battle rapper.
mm,
So yeah, but then he's also like a black man in the society who has to like not intimidate white people and
mm.
make them feel comfortable at the same time. So was that like Adam's experience of like black male experience in a tiny bit?
A tiny bit, yeah. I think so. I think white people in hip hop in general, to be a white person in any black dominated sphere, which there are very few, if any at all, is to be is to experience what it is to be us, but only briefly and never in
Mhm.
totality. Um, and then if you reach the highest level of what it means to succeed in that black dominated sphere, you then become white again, right? So like, for example, Eminem was that one white boy getting picked on in the black clubs, freestyle battle rapping in 1996. And now in 2016, he is the most successful, richest rapper of all time and gets to live in an all white community again.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, with Adam in this case, yeah, those two worlds collided, and we're rooting for Adam on one hand because we're watching this film and we're like, y'all don't understand. It's just art. It's jokes. He's actually friends with the Asian guy that he was making fun of in the video. He has a multicultural friend group, more so than Maya, more so than the Asian girl there. And he's not, stuck up, right? He's actually living the sort of fully automated luxury communist utopia that the liberals talk about, right? At the university.
Yeah.
But they're stuck on policing language, right? Which is coming from a good place, but it leads to negative results.
Yeah, definitely. And I just have to like go back to the scene where he's with his dad and the principal of the school. I thought that was hilarious too.
Yeah.
That scene was like really funny.
Are you trying to hyperbolize? Only if you're trying to stigmatize, but I don't think you realize.
Yeah, and like some point in the movie, Ben told Adam to say the N-word and he allowed him to say it. And
Yeah.
then like it was just funny how he said it here as well. Like he just like it showed like his mentality and personalities are like colliding into each other and he
Yeah.
cannot separate, respect and PC and that battle rap world, I
There are
guess.
so many smart jokes made in this film about academia, like the scene when Adam is in the library and he's like having the Zoom call with Ben, and the Jewish kid in the next table is like, "Hey, be quiet. I'm trying to sleep here." And then Adam continues the phone call, and then like, four waspy, frat boys are in the back saying, "Hey, tone it down. We're trying to study." And they're literally playing poker, like on the library table, like, and the only person studying is the black guy sitting in front. And then Adam says the N-word right in front of him, right? You get what I'm saying? So there's so many layered jokes in this film about universities and academia and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's once again very interesting to pile that on into a film about battle rap, like a world totally different from the university stuff. But continuing here, so at the event, at the final big battle, Adam and Grimm, they have a battle. Grimm delivers scathing but fictional bars against Adam, who betrays him to win by using Grimm's actual personal details, with emphasis on his daughter's illness. Adam then gets angry at two other rappers who are talking during his round, and he and Grimm perform an impromptu 2-on-2 battle against them. Any comments on that scene?
I have to say, like, yeah, their battle, when they, started going at each other, I got mad at Adam there because I felt like he betrayed, his friend Ben, who, shared his personal information with him. And that was just like a letdown. And I was just like thinking, where is like Adam going with this? Like, what is going to happen for him at the end of the movie? What did you think?
So at that point, I was thinking like, I knew that Adam was going to probably do whatever to win because he had lost everything to make it to the top. He had lost his girl, lost his father. And so I kind of saw that coming. And the thing is, when Ben Grimm let this stranger into his house, he should have known better, right, than to do that. And there always is this blurry line between what battle rappers say and do and what the audience expects them or wants them to do. The audience wants as most blood, as much gossip, tea, whatever you can spill on the floor, right? But these battle rappers are a community. Like some of these guys are best friends, right? But you want me to expose my best friend for the world to you? It's like sort of a fine line to walk. And for me, I feel like, I think battle rappers should take it there as far as they can go to win, right? But that's why you can't have battle rap friends. And
Mm.
I felt like Adam was going to do that just to be a dog, just to take it to where it had to go. So I wasn't mad at him for doing it. It was just shocking the way they did it, and they did it well because the bars were fire. He was talking about, I put a cigarette out, in her oxygen tank. You get what I'm saying? That's why she's coughing up a lung. Jesus Christ. Like he was going there.
Yeah, that was definitely like a lot of savage lines there.
Yeah.
where it made me think like, okay, this is too far, but like
Yeah.
I just kept it wanting more.
He said the disease that she has is typically found in white men. So you need to ask your wife, why is she so light skinned? God, Don DeMarco, shit like that.
Yeah, no, it was really good. What did you think about the battle rap before them, the girl and Prospect? Because they both were complaining throughout the movie that like every time someone battle raps Divine Right, they hit her from her femininity, because she's like a black woman. And then every time they rap against Prospect, everyone makes Asian jokes about him. So they sort of like switched characters. And Divine Rights, the black, battle rapper woman, she rapped about, like, she rapped against a black woman. And then Prospect rapped against Asians. So they like sort of like switched their roles. I thought that was smart and like funny and exciting to watch.
Yeah, it was definitely clever, but it did ring of 8 Mile, you know? It was very 8 Mile-ish. And I'm like, can we have a battle rap where self-deprecation is not a part of it? Cause that's typically, once again, this film is highlighting certain aspects of battle rap that aren't really there. It's very uncommon for a battle rapper to get on stage and 8 Mile himself, B-Rabbit himself, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I thought it was cool, like, because the bars in this film are hard, right? The jokes are good. Writing is excellent with the battle raps and the performances of it. It feels real and authentic, but it's like, once again, seeing something uncommon done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I guess one more thing about that scene. I thought the acting from Ben,
Hmm.
Jackie Long, was really good because they have like some close up shots of his face. And usually like you can't see his face because he's wearing a hoodie and a hat. So
Hmm.
you can't see like his eyes directly, but it was just like he was just giving all that he got in terms of emotion in his face.
Yeah.
Like, and we just saw like, I just saw like, shame in his look for trusting this man to come to him as close as he did. And also like humiliation because he felt like maybe he was losing the battle as well. And then also like, pain of everything that he's saying is true as well, like his daughter being sick and stuff like that. He was showing everything with his eyes and face.
Yeah. There was, definitely a lot of emotion in Jackie Long's face. Shout out to him. One thing that I didn't like about that final scene is the 2-on-2 battle between Adam and Grimm versus Loaded, Lux, and Hollow, because this film goes into a bit of fantasy, because you can't just freestyle a 2-on-2 battle. Technically you can, and there have been freestyle, but that is from the older generation, right? And the newer generation of battle rappers don't just get up there and freestyle. And if they did, it would not be as good as what we saw on screen, with them catching each other's bars, ending their punchlines and stuff like that. It would have been impossible to do. So yeah, there's a bit of fantasy there.
I mean, they did say this is getting real old school now. Like,
Yeah, but the way those bars were delivered, it was too perfectly. It was too
yeah.
perfect.
I mean, it is a movie, so it's not real life.
Yeah. But yeah, so after that, Grimm informs Adam that they are no longer friends, because while other battle rappers' cruelty is merely an act, Adam's battle rapping has become an outlet for his actual cruelty. Grimm departs, saying he needs to be where he belongs, with his family. Desperate, Adam attempts to call Maya and ask her to marry him. She lashes out at the ridiculousness of the idea and tells him to stay away from her. Any comments on that?
Yeah, at this point, I'm like so annoyed with Adam because why are you calling Maya? Like, obviously, you're doing this battle rap shit, and then, like, 1 second you're giving up on it, the other second you're doing it to the fullest, literally sacrificing your friendship. Like, choose a thing. Like, you either are gonna be together with Maya and be like academia's slut, or you're gonna be like a battle rapper who's like a second Eminem. Like, I don't know. Like,
Hmm.
you're gonna do something, but it was just like the way he was so scared of life annoyed me.
Right. I feel like Ben realized that he really was with a white devil, right? And I think Adam actually said that in the battle to Ben Grimm, because at first Ben didn't actually really want to rock with Adam. He was like playing him afar. You know what I mean? When they first met, because he was like, you know what? I don't really vibe with your energy, right? And when he did let Adam into his world, he did realize, wow, this white man really did do whatever it took to make it to the top. He used my name, used my fame, then used my literal family to destroy me in this battle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was very disappointing, and I felt that pain. And him calling Maya to marry him, that was actually possibly the funniest scene. Because he's like, I want to marry you. And as he's sitting like on a dirty bathroom toilet in like some club. And she's like, don't ever fucking call me, you fucking creep.
That
That
was
was so
funny.
cool.
That was funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of like weird false starts, false stops in this film. You know, just comedic moments of somewhat tragedy, like that one, if that makes sense. And I
Yeah.
guess you could also say the battle raps are also tragically comedic too. Because even though you hate that Adam made fun of the girl with cystic fibrosis, you're like, damn, that's a fire bar.
Yeah, definitely. Every battle is really good in this movie. Even
Yeah,
like the funny ones are actually like funny.
yeah, yeah. So in conclusion, Megaton bodies Shay during their battle, meaning he like, you know, really kills him, even bringing his girlfriend out to rap about how bad he is at sex. Afterwards, Megaton starts insulting the crowd, daring anyone to challenge him. Adam, left with nothing else, steps into the ring and takes on Megaton, who eventually hits him in the face and knocks out a tooth during his verse. Unfazed, the bloody Adam gets back on his feet and calls Megaton out for putting on an aggressive act. Megaton concedes the battle to a triumphant Adam. While sleeping on a park bench on the Berkeley campus, Adam watches a video of his new widespread fame on his phone and decides what his rap name is. Any comments on those last scenes?
Yeah, I mean, like every other battle in this movie, the last battle was also good in terms of like bars. And Adam was like really going for it like this time, because usually he just like says the lines and then he's not like doing a lot of acting with it. And at this point, he's like basically turned into a monster. Like, he's doing all the moves and doing like weird faces and stuff like that. He even loses a tooth. So yeah. And I was just thinking, what is, Adam's message from this ending? Because it did feel like he lost everything. He lost the academia. He lost the girl. And now he's just gonna go all for battle rap, I guess. But then it felt like white guy can do anything, sort of like ending. Even if he loses academia, he can be the greatest rapper in this scene.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I thought it was very cool once again how this film sort of closes up and ties up one of the big issues in battle rap, which is the violence within it, because there have been a lot of fights and sometimes even shootings that have started because of battle rap, right? And you know, with Megaton punching Adam at the end, and then Adam getting up and still spitting in his face, that's actually, you know, very powerful because it shows like these words are more powerful than your fists, right? And it's almost like Jesus, like, you know, Jesus said, turn the other cheek. And it was very moving and powerful how they gave it up. And Megaton was destroying it, by the way. I really like how Shay, throughout this film, he somehow manages to be booked every single time, even though he sucks as a battle rapper. Like, Shay was making that bar. I put the magnesium. You get it? Magnesium. I'm like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
That was really bad. I don't know why anybody, but there's always that one guy who's always battle rapping, but he always sucks, but he still gets shows. I don't know why. Maybe because people like a lol cow. You know what I mean? But,
Maybe he's just a people's person.
maybe. But, Yeah, it was very cool how they sort of tied all that up with Megaton realizing like violence won't solve it and that nothing is bigger than the words. And you know, if you were paying attention throughout the film, Adam didn't have a rap name, and maybe that might have been lost to you. But I thought it was cool how the film ends with this question: "What is Adam's name?" Because they don't say it. And my theory is that it's White Devil. What do you think?
Yeah, like obviously I realized he doesn't have a rap name because every time they ask him his rap name, he just says Adam. So that's like just his real name.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, but I don't know what his rap name is. What did I say last night? I forgot.
I don't know.
I said something like White Roach.
White Roach.
Yeah, because like he roached into Ben's life and stole it.
Oh wow. Okay. Possibly, possibly. But yeah, I just think he went full demonic on him, and it was an excellent ending. Once again, though, like you said, it's still very Last Samurai. You know, white guy can still make it on top. You know, it's different than Lost Souls. You know, the other hip hop movie we watched this year, where there's sort of like a sad ending or an unresolved ending of like dreams that could be. But this is like typical American big budget happy ending to some degree where, yeah, he might have lost the girl and lost his college degree, but now he can become something even greater that we can see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if it was necessarily a happy ending because at the end he wakes up in a park bench, and I just saw this now because I have the movie in front of me. But there's like his duffel bag is next to him and cocoa butter next to him, and he's like deciding his rap name, and he looks like a hobo.
Yeah. I I feel you. You know, he's yeah, it's not like, yeah, he's now a baller, rich rapper, but he did get $5,000. He is now mega famous. He is about to go viral. He's probably definitely going to get booked. You know, he's considered now the best because he beat the best, Ben Grimm and Megaton in one night. So yeah, I think there still is a happy ending there.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. But overall, this is a pretty good film. I enjoyed talking about this a lot, and I could honestly talk about this for hours, but we do have to cut it short. But overall, I got to give this film good 8.5. 8.5. The battle raps are great. Acting is great. Cinematography is great. It's just very annoying, the constant reminding of like the racial aspect of battle rap here. You know, when that's a very small part of this story. I'd be much more happier if this film was like a traditional, like, young black kid in the ghetto, you know, single mom, no dad at home, and he battle raps his way to stardom. You know what I mean? Like, I
Okay.
would just much rather have like a boilerplate fucking standard, you know, copy paste text from like any sports film hyperimposed over this battle rap story. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would give it like an 8. I thought it was entertaining to watch, and all the rap scenes and rap battles were very like well articulated, and they were fire. Um, yeah, I would. One thing like I would like is like more dimension into the characters, maybe a little bit more. And also like yeah, there was like a apparent white gaze, at least like watching it with you and knowing what I know. That was a bit like disturbing from time to time throughout the movie. So yeah, that's my
Mhm.
final score.
I got you. I got you. Would you recommend it to other people?
I would recommend it to people who like rap music and or even just like comedies in general. I think they would enjoy it. But I think people who appreciate like rap plus comedy would enjoy it the most.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I think people should watch this movie once. It does open good discussions, and especially if you're a hip hop fan, it's like a must see.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, this has been episode 70 of Simon and Acting Movie Reviews. Thank you everybody for watching and listening. And if you have any movie requests, put them in the comments. Catch y'all next time. Be easy. Peace.